My name is Clara. I'm 19 years old, and I work in a hospital as a nurse. Every day, I wear my light blue uniform, tie my hair back neatly, and put on a warm smile. Even if I'm tired inside, my job is to take care of people who are sick or hurt. I check on their medicine, talk to them when they feel lonely, and try to make them feel a little better. I work during the day, but sometimes I also work at night. And trust me, night shifts can feel very long and quiet, especially when you're walking through dark hallways and only hear the beeping of machines. Even though the work is hard and the hours are long, I truly love what I do. I love helping people. Seeing someone smile because you made their pain a little easier, it's something special. I didn't become a nurse for money or status. I became one because I believe in kindness, in healing, in being there for someone when they need it the most. Before last year, my life was very simple. I was alone. I had no boyfriend, and I lived by myself in a small apartment near the hospital. Most days, I went to work early in the morning, came home late, made some tea, and fell asleep quickly because I was always so tired. My home was quiet, with plain white walls, and one little plant I tried hard to keep alive. I didn't go to parties. I didn't wear fancy clothes. My life was a quiet routine. Whenever I had a day off, I would visit my mom. She lives in a small village, surrounded by hills and fresh air. Her house is quiet, with flowers growing in front and birds singing in the morning. She's old now, so I like helping her too, cooking meals, cleaning the house, or just sitting beside her and talking about life. She always smiles when I visit. She'd make my favorite tea with cardamom, and we'd sit by the window talking about my childhood, laughing at old memories. Life was peaceful, but it also felt empty. I didn't laugh much. I didn't go out with friends. My world was small. My heart was waiting. Then, one day, something changed. A new doctor started working at our hospital. His name was Michael. I remember the first time I saw him. He walked in confidently, wearing a white coat and holding a coffee cup. He was tall, had soft brown hair, and the brightest blue eyes I had ever seen. He smiled at everyone, so warm, so gentle. All the nurses started talking about him. They liked his friendly nature. And me? I just watched from a distance. I didn't think he would ever notice me. I'm not very slim. I wear simple clothes, no makeup, and I keep my hair in a bun most days. I'm just an ordinary girl. I don't stand out in a crowd. Why would someone like him even look at me? But then, he did. Michael started saying hello to me. He'd ask how my day was going, smile when he passed me in the hallway. At first, I thought he was just being polite. But soon, he started talking more. He asked about my life, my family, and even small things like what kind of music I liked. Every time he spoke to me, I felt butterflies in my stomach. His voice was calm, and his eyes were kind. It felt like he really saw me, not just a nurse in a busy hospital. One rainy evening, I had just finished a 12-hour shift. I was tired and cold. As I stepped outside, Michael was there. He asked, "Clara, do you need a ride home?" I hesitated for a second, then said yes. In the car, we talked the whole way. About our childhoods, funny hospital moments, and dreams we once had. I laughed so much. I hadn't laughed like that in a long time. That ride home felt like the start of something beautiful. After that night, Michael often offered to drive me home. Sometimes he brought coffee for me in the mornings, with little notes written on the cup like, "You got this," or "Smile today." We started sitting together during lunch breaks. The more we talked, the more I liked him. I found myself looking forward to work, not just for the patients, but for those short moments with Michael. One weekend, we both had the day off. Michael asked if I wanted to go to the movies. I was nervous but excited. I said yes. We watched a comedy film, laughed together, and afterward, we went for a walk near the lake. The evening air was cool, and the stars were out. We talked about everything: fears, hopes, even silly dreams like traveling the world. That night felt magical. I started to believe he might like me the way I liked him. My heart began to open again. But then everything changed. A few days later, he looked serious. He said, "Clara, I need to tell you something. I'm married." My heart dropped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Married? How? He never mentioned a wife. He didn't wear a ring. He always seemed available. I felt confused, hurt, and shocked. Michael explained that he had been married for 5 years. His wife's name was Laura. He said they didn't have any children and that their relationship wasn't strong anymore. "We don't connect, Clara," he said. "With you, I feel alive. You make me happy. I feel like I can be myself around you." I didn't know what to say. My head was spinning. I liked Michael so much, but now everything felt wrong. I didn't want to be the reason someone's marriage broke. I kept thinking, if his wife is still in the picture, where do I fit in? A few days later, something happened that made things even harder. I went to a big supermarket in the city to buy some food. As I walked down an aisle, I heard a familiar voice. It was Michael. I turned my head and saw him with a woman. She was beautiful. She wore a red coat and had long, shiny hair. She smiled brightly and laughed with him. They looked perfect together. They looked happy. I felt my heart ache. I left quickly before they could see me. That night, I sat on my bed, staring at the ceiling. I couldn't stop thinking, why would he spend time with me if he had such a lovely wife? What did he really want? Was I just someone he liked when he felt bored or lonely? The next day, I went to work, feeling heavy inside. When I saw Michael, he smiled like nothing had happened. But I couldn't pretend anymore. I looked at him and said, "Michael, we need to talk." We went to a quiet corner. I told him what I saw at the supermarket. His face changed. He looked sad. "Clara," he said softly, "it's not what it looked like. We don't have the connection you and I have. I'm not happy with her." I didn't know what to believe. I needed space. I told him that. I needed to think. For the next few days, I stayed quiet. I spoke to my best friend, Sarah. She always tells the truth, even when it hurts. When I told her everything, she listened and then said, "Clara, you deserve someone who is completely yours. Don't settle for half. Don't be the other woman." She was right. I thought about it day and night. I knew I had feelings for Michael, but I also knew I had to respect myself. I had to make the right choice. 1 week later, Michael called me. He asked if we could meet. We met in the park, near the bench by the lake. The air was calm, and the sky was gray. I looked at him and said, "Michael, I care about you, but I can't do this. I can't be in the middle of your marriage. If you're not happy, talk to your wife. Fix it or end it. But I won't be part of something secret." Michael looked down. "I understand," he said. "I just want you to be happy." We said goodbye. I walked home slowly, with tears in my eyes, but my head held high. That day, I felt both sadness and strength. I cried when I got home, holding my pillow tightly. But deep down, I knew this pain was necessary. This pain was healing. Sometimes, life puts us in situations where our heart wants one thing, but our soul knows better. I chose myself. I chose peace. And even though it hurt, I knew I made the right decision. Life is full of hard choices, but in the end, we have to do what's best for our heart and our future. Maybe someday, someone will love me the way I deserve. Completely, truly, without secrets. Until then, I'll keep smiling, keep healing others, and most importantly, keep healing myself. The end. If you liked this story, or if you've ever felt the same way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about real feelings and